Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adeshewa Christiana Ayola of the Republic. Sorry, UAR. Welcome to another edition of Adeshewa the Therapist. Thank you so much, guys, for the likes, the share you guys gave my last video. I'm so grateful, and do not forget to subscribe. I mean, don't you like what you hear me talk about? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And today I will be talking about the most recent release of Bridgeton. That's Queen Charlotte. Like, we also how she was portrayed in episode 1 and season 2. She just kind of struck us as this very bitter queen that felt she was high above every other person. But seeing her story and seeing how her life evolved from coming from Germany to Britain and becoming the queen explains everything. And that movie was spectacular. Like, it had everything: the love, the romance, the tears, the sad parts, from even the cast, from the young Queen Charlotte to the old queen to the young king George, even though we didn't really see much of him as the old king, to Lady Agatha to Lady Agatha, to her husband, to Brinsley. Yeah. And I would just like to talk about the love aspect. Well, it's a love movie already, so it's, I mean, I don't know if you agree with me, but I would say that this particular story beats the other seasons of Bridgeton, honestly. Like, it just showed a lot of emotions, and I mean, it felt real. It's not like the normal fairy tales that we always watch. I don't know about you, but it felt very real and everything, because we already know how it ended, because we saw how life was in season 1. And now getting to the story, like I said, honestly, I kind of feel like it's better than Duke and Daphne's love story. How they started from a first courtship to getting really in love and all. So yeah, back to Queen Charlotte, or will I say young Queen Charlotte, because it was like she was the perfect cast for that particular the season. And to the story now. Love is indeed magical. Like, forget that we think love is only magical in movies, but I would say love is actually magical even in real life. So I'm going to like just take it step by step, episode by episode, because each episode was amazing. And now to episode 1.
There is reason they wanted me. Why me?
Charlotte, but there are worse fates than marrying the King of England.
Accept my apology. If I had known that you were you.
You would have what? Not told me that you were trying to escape?
Well, yes. I mean, I do apologize, Your Majesty.
George. Just George.
Imagine you getting married to someone you've never seen before. You don't even have, you know, we all have what we call a spec type of woman, type of man, what you look forward to in a man, what you look forward to in a woman. And imagine these two young people getting married to someone they've never known before. And to even count it up, they are not even from the same country. They're from different countries. Like, imagine getting married to someone like that. Like, your feelings were not even kept into consideration. The fact that our brother just wanted to ship her off for some agreements or whatever I was gonna gain from it, and her getting into the palace, Brimsley has to be 5 pace behind her at all time. Then on the wedding day, imagine she didn't even have the right to choose her own wedding dress. Like, what? Why would I even be able to choose my wedding dress? Then she had to run away when no one was going to talk about the king. Even if it was me at that point, I feel like probably it's one fat, terrible, like she called him troll, and yeah, I kind of feel maybe it's ugly and horrible. She wanted to run away, and just imagine the way they met each other. It was them at their raw state, or probably not for him because he knows who she was, but she didn't. But it kind of made them to meet at their raw form, the original person that they are, like their main self. She wanting to go over the wall and escape, then pouring her out and saying how she feel that the king was gonna be when no one was talking about him, basically, and then realizing that he is the king. He literally sold himself well. To me, I would say, like, she already did that. She sold herself well as a good person. Like, I wouldn't say a good person, but what she likes. And she was like, okay, he was like, do you want to know about me? And he's like, okay, I'm this, I'm that, I like to do this, I like to do that. And him talking to her, I mean, even if you do not know any other part, but just that particular part would make you feel like, okay, I think this might work, maybe, or maybe not. Now to episode 2. I mean, honeymoon bliss. It was a very, very nice and frustrating episode, I would say, because I mean, honeymoon, that's probably, she felt like, okay, with the connection they had at the first meeting, the wedding, the kiss, the dance, then the way they just kind of like connected, like a vampire having the zing. Then all of a sudden you want to live here and I live there. Like, how? These are honeymoon, and her getting to know Lady Agatha. And yeah, Lady Agatha, I think, yeah, she was also portrayed in episode 2. And imagine getting married to that kind of man, and you're just there and it's just doing what he has to do, and when it's done you go wash up and you're done, you sleep. She's actually really, really a strong woman. Like, she is very strong, and the fact that she wanted to make her husband happy regardless. And I feel like we could also learn from this as women, that you're already in that marriage, just do your part, do what you feel you could do to make your marriage work, which she did. Because some women might just be like, oh no, but he wants to do it 3 times in a day. She's there, do what you have to do and be off. He wanted to be recognized. She went behind his back, tried to do so many things, and got her husband to where he was actually. But the man still, men and ego, you know how they can be, but the man still felt like, no, I'm the one, you're nobody. Not knowing that she was actually the one, and she didn't have to put it or rub it in his face that I was the one that actually got you to where you are. And episode 2, they're not getting to like know each other. I mean, it was until her, after she had to go meet him because she was tired. I mean, and an outspoken person that she was in the movie, she was tired, she had to go meet him. Then they came to an agreement, and I think he had to like move over. Now to episode 3, even days. I think I like even days. I like even days. That's literally 1 day on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off. And that was actually very beautiful. Like I said, I love Lady Danbury. I mean, she made her husband who he was and made him happy. I mean, made him have a proper estate. His name was recognized more. He was invited to the hunt. I mean, all those things. And she did not want to take credit for that. Not like women of nowadays that just help their husbands, then before you know it, oh, I made you who you are, I told with you. I'm not saying that we should not, don't come for me yet, don't come for me yet. I'm not saying that we should not feel that way, but we know how men can be. But you're not trying to like point it out in his face, and though it's even better in future when you now gets to know that, oh, so she did all this, she did all that. Like I've seen a marriage anniversary where the husband was the one that now, like, he didn't know that his wife did this until years after. I mean, that's how you're going to know a woman that is focused on the happiness of her home generally than herself. Because if you want a marriage to work as a woman, it's in our hands most of the times. But we know that, yeah, men can be difficult, but still, you fight for love, just like how Queen Charlotte fought for love, and it's ended up working out great for her. Oh, love is not always something that it's not just a straight ground. There are highs and lows when it comes to relationship, when it comes to marriage. It's just how you bounce back from those highs and lows, because you could see how Queen Charlotte and young King George were. They met well, then he left her, then she went back to meet him, then it was bliss until she had it talked to his mother and felt like, oh, he just married me because he actually wanted to fulfill whatever roles and duties I was supposed to fulfill. So imagine that. And so just like going back and forth, but they still ended up strong. And that's on episode 3. It's not that on episode 3. I think, okay, that was when she discovered that she was married to a madman. And that's that on episode 3. Now to episode 4, actually the part that I'm sure everybody loved the most. That's the story of the king. That all protection all along. I mean, he was trying to protect her from himself, showing how he actually became mentally sick, and how he had to like just try to keep his distance from her. And he was right to have done that in the first place, because she got to know the real him and she got scared. It's just like how women will be like, yeah, I want to see all of you, let me know who you are. Okay, later the man decides to show you who he is and you run. So it is all because he loved her, and he already realized that he was in love with her and didn't want to hurt her. That was why he did that. I mean, we could see that he was just trying to give her space so that she was going to, I don't know, I think he was just trying to love her from afar. On to episode 5, Guardian in Blue. Realized that she was married to a madman. I mean, it created another gap between them, as they've always been having a fallout and a fall in. I mean, what will you do? I bet that most of you would run away. Well, she actually also wanted to run away at that point, because how am I supposed to live or sleep on the same bed with the madman, and he just wakes up one night and decides to choke me to death? Well, and as well as Lady Danbury, on the other hand, she found love with a married man. That's a story for another time. The last and the golden episodes just showed that she was literally the one that was holding the kingdom together. I mean, see the ball they had to like throw, and he was about to freak out, but she is actually the yin to his yang, as how people always say, like she was actually the solution to his problem. And what kind of treatment is that? That's crazy. You're saying, oh, because he has never been. Well, I don't want to go into that because I didn't know how, but I feel that that's a very, very crazy treatment. And we could see that she was actually the solution all along. And you could see the last the scene when she finally got one of her child to get married and had a son. Oh, the wife was actually pregnant. The wife was actually pregnant, and she had to go tell the king. Imagine, it's on the safe space, which was under the bed. Oh, that scene was just so heart melting, like. And another thing I would like to say is first impression matters a lot. They made a very good first a lasting impression on each other. He sold himself when he had the opportunity to be able to tell her about him. And I would like to say, if you're going on a date with someone you feel like you want to be with, both guy or girl, if you want to, like, a lady, if you want to go on a date, I feel you should just kind of have at the back of your mind interesting topics, or will I say sensible topics that you could always just chip in. That's you selling yourself. See, you going out, people going out on dates, they just feel like going out on dates is about wearing plain clothes, taking pictures, eating in a very lavish restaurant. Dates should be treated as interview, because it's a first impression you're trying to create on each other. And we could see how that helped the young king and the young queen, to the point that they remembered every moment that happened at the beginning, when he said he didn't go over the wall. That's supposed to be a madman. He remembered that. So even in madness, when the person remembers how you created a very good impression, they will still remember. I mean, he remembered that she didn't go over the wall. He remembered everything right under that bed, and it was just bliss. Oh my god, it was bliss. And I would just say that that movie was phenomenal. I didn't try to say everything about the movie, because some of you have not seen it and I would not want to be a spoiler, but that's just my take about the love life of the movie. Like, if only women could be like Queen Charlotte: intelligent, bold, outspoken, sensible. She was there for him regardless. It's just like when you are with a man, then all of a sudden he goes broke and you feel you want to bail. Why don't you just be with him? And I understand that men don't make it easy these days, but just do your part. Then the one that would do and make you feel well would do, and the one that will not will go to hell. But honestly, that movie was amazing. Thank you guys, and do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to share. Subscribe. Thank you guys, and see you next time. Let me know whatever movie you want me to talk about, because I love to watch movies. Like I said, I really do. And I think the love story of a movie is always underrated, and we have to talk about that more. Drop whatever you have to say in the comment. Let me know what you think about this movie. Thank you. Bye.